Coming up on this episode of the Girls Group Chat podcast.
Which one was the stripper, him or you? Can you come with me, please?
We'd have a string quartet going, like, beautiful.
Do you know, like, why are you apologising for being you?
Growing up,
Why
you
is that a bad
you
thing?
tell kids try your best, and then suddenly when you're older,
trying too
you're
hard?
shunned for trying too hard.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Girls Group Chat podcast with me, Diona.
Me, Jordan.
Me, Shannon.
I'm Olivia.
Hello. Also,
Well.
before we kick off this episode, we need to let you know about our Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/the Girls Group Chat podcast. Shit hot stuff on there. You get a free. It's not free. It's £4 a month. I don't know why I said it's free. It's basically fucking
It's free when you
£4
pay for
a
it.
month. That's free. Except it's not. It's £4 a month, and you get a bonus weekly episode, almost weekly. In fact, it's been weekly to this point. Extra content as well. You get early access to tickets. There's lots of fun shit on there. When you join, you get all the archived stuff. Every episode that's ever been on there, every bit of bonus content from before you joined is on there. Please be aware that if you join through Apple, that they have their own in-app charge as well that has nothing to do with us.
Bastards.
Those bastards. That's why we should all be Android people like me.
Oh, Christ.
But you can't, or sign up on Safari.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
sign up on your like laptop or whatever,
Or Safari on, just don't use the app to sign up.
avoid those costs, guys. All costs. That's patreon.com/the Girls Group Chat podcast. Here we go.
There we go.
Stand
Hello, you're back from your holidays.
Just
looking
back.
beautiful.
Thank
so I'd say
you.
you're looking really tan, but
I know, but I'm not. But you know what's funny? I've never went on holidays and come back and went, actually, do you not think you look tanner in the sun on your holidays? And then you
Aye,
come
and
back
come back
and you're
here.
like, what?
Disappears
Never
on the
same.
airplane.
no, as soon as you come off the plane, the colour drains from
Why
your
is
body.
that?
I was
So
about to say
then
you go back to
also,
looking pale,
Diona,
but
you, for the first time, fake tan before you went.
Yes.
So
And
you
whilst
just
I was
get
there,
paler.
Hey, that's some colour.
you
I
tanned
know.
while you were there.
I tanned whilst I was there mid-holiday. And it was gorgeous, if I
Yeah.
do say so myself. I was
were you
absolutely
looking to pull someone?
dying
Or like,
about
what was
myself.
the top up
Oh,
about?
I was around that mini disco at
Yeah.
8:30 every night with Zuki, the mascot, like Zuki, a guy dressed up as a big blue bear. I was after that guy.
Oh, I can't blame you. He sounds absolutely
Do
dishy.
you feel like recharged from the
Come
holiday?
on, not a
I
chance.
just feel like I
kids.
never, ever come back from holiday and feel recharged.
I don't
I
think
always
anyone
feel like
does.
I need another holiday to get over the holiday.
Yeah, it's probably the travel as well. It's
Yeah.
so exhausting. But my kids were great, but they run around crazy. It's like, you know, do you have that typical thing where you think of like kids at a disco and they're dripping with sweat and they've had 13 slush puppies and they're hyper and they're like, and Rocky still dances with his feet planted on the ground so they don't
Just a
lift.
wee wiggle.
So it's just an
Bit like-
arse bump.
Bit like
bump.
myself.
And he's like, yeah, but he's like aggressively on the stage with his feet planted, just like bopping his arse the whole time, like, and he's just obsessed. He's just like, so you're just constantly running after them to make sure they don't get stolen.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And
Or
my kids are very blonde. They're prime.
Yeah.
They're prime student kids.
That's I never actually thought about that. Well, obviously,
about
I don't
stealing
think about
kids?
stealing kids. but
Good.
I always,
just to clarify.
I always try and get myself not stolen, you know, when I'm about. So I couldn't even imagine having kids and having to worry about them not getting stolen as well.
I know. And then could you
fucking
imagine
terrifying.
Sean's trying to think about us all not getting stolen. I don't
Everyone.
have to worry about no one stealing him.
I know, well, I'm out here not worrying about getting stolen or anything I have getting stolen, but now I'm worried.
Yeah.
Pickpockets about. Oh.
Can I tell
Who's
you
around?
I went over to this family and I have never been more embarrassed in my life when I was on holidays, right? I thought I was an absolute legend, by the way. So this family were sitting in front of the sunset. It was the most beautiful thing. There was five of them, mum, dad, 3 kids, 3 wee boys. They were all dressed gorgeously. They were all, do you know a family you look at and you go, you guys have a Volkswagen camper van.
Yeah.
It's funky. You guys are cool. She was like, all her clothes were like loose fitting, like ethereal. She'd one of those like oversized hats on. I mean, these guys were cool, right?
Boho.
All boho is exactly what she was.
Love it.
She'd no bra on, I think. Not that I was looking hard, but I think she'd no bra on. They were all like in their ice creams, all sat like ducks in a row, looking out at the beach. And I was like, that's a stunning photograph. And I owe these guys to go over and like take their photograph.
Because the girl group chat code.
Right. Exactly, Jordan. To just
Thank you for taking that abroad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I took it to Lanzarote.
On travel.
I went over to them and I was like, do you want me to take your photograph? And then I immediately realised that they were like Dutch or something. And they were like, the girls stared at me and went, no, aggressively. And I was all, I'm not trying to steal your phone. And she was like, what? Like, she didn't understand what I was saying. So I'm not trying to steal your phone. But if you give me it, I'll take a photograph of your family.
And then run off.
And it was so
To the black
weird.
market.
And you know, before I went, Sean warned me. He was like 150 yards away, standing there with the kids in the pram, and he was like, said to me, don't do that. And I was all, I'm going to do a good deed. But by the time I got down there, they were like, leave us alone. The dad licked, and by the way, there's no way to look like a hard man whilst licking a poke, but this guy did it really well. Licked his poke and then shooed me away like that.
Fuck off, no he
Like
didn't.
I was trying to sell him sunglasses. I was like,
I was trying to
me.
sell him
I mean, they
Do
were
you know
like, go. And I had to turn around. And not only did I have to walk away, but I had to walk up like 20 steps.
They should be embarrassed for being
Yeah,
so
I agree.
rude.
I
I'm
think
embarrassed for them.
I went up and I was with Sean. Oh my God. Like I had a full beamer. Like I was so embarrassed. And I thought, I can't believe that just happened to me. And Sean was like, well, obviously they thought you were trying to rob them.
Yeah.
You just like, and I walked over to them from quite far away.
Oh, that's her guts. No, I'm sad for you because I had made up this stupid rule.
They've seen you walking like a mile to get to them.
Do you know what? They're so good looking. Like 100 people have already come up to them and like, do you want a photo? And they're like, can everyone leave us alone?
What if they're really famous in like Amsterdam?
That
They're like
could
a
be
famous
it.
family, and they're like, "Fuck off."
We're
like,
trying to
we're
have a-
celebrities, and you're like, "I'm just trying to get you as a nice Instagram photo."
That's probably it. But or they were like doing a photo shoot and the photographer was like
Yeah.
behind
a
a
bush.
lens far away and just like get out of our
It
shop.
wasn't a coincidence that they were so good looking and looked great.
Yeah, in nice outfits and all. And
A
like
fake family.
strategically like they were shooting an ad.
4 models.
They had just stolen those kids from someone else. And they
Yeah,
were like,
yeah,
no
yeah.
photographic evidence, get away.
I looked closer and I was like, 2 of these are mine. But it's so embarrassing. And I think as well it was because I did come from quite far away because we were at a park like 150 yards
Yeah,
away,
yeah.
maybe 2. And I left the kids at the park with Sean and then walked quite ages like towards them. And I think it was because in hindsight it did
It
look
wasn't
like I was
as
going
if
to
you were
rob
just
them.
walking past. It was as
Yeah,
if you targeted them.
She
It's
went
like,
out of the
yeah.
way.
And then I had to go back to where I was and then continue to play in the park with the kids, and they continued to sit where they were, and we were almost having like
And a staring
a
contest.
staring contest every now and then, and I was trying my hardest not to look like a robber in the park.
And to see as soon as you try not to look suspicious, you
Then you
look
look
like
really
the
weird.
most suspicious, shifty person on the
Exactly.
planet. It's
And
like
so-
when you're coming through airport security
Oh,
and
I
you're
was
like,
gonna say that.
nothing to see here.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
start overthinking it in the airport because I literally stand and be like, "No, I've literally no reason to be
Yeah.
suspicious. There's nothing." But then I go, I wonder what way people get on when they are being suspicious. Am I
Shannon,
getting on like
exactly.
that?
Yeah,
Am I
always
being
the way.
suspicious? What do you
I
do?
know.
Will I yawn? Oh wait, maybe that looks like I tried to yawn. I literally do all these thoughts.
Totally.
And
then
I
I'm like, but
imagine,
why?
I imagine that they always at customs have a psychologist, like a body language expert or
But they have the
something watching.
double mirror.
What's that for?
Is that not just in like Mr. Bean?
Oh my God, guys. I once got stuck by the police in the airport, so I always get stopped every single time, always, because I'm always traveling on my own. And this one time I was coming out of Manchester, and I'd been at an event the night before, I was hungover, and I just had a big long leather like trench coat,
Nothing
and I had
underneath.
a bright orange wig and loads of makeup on, right? So I was wearing like a little thing, and I had the fucking thing all the trench coat all buttoned up. I was going through security, seeing these boys looking at me, and I was like, okay. Bag stopped. 2 bags were stopped. My suitcase and my other bag. Whole thing ripped out. Whole thing put back in again. Your man comes from out of nowhere behind the door with the double mirror, lifted the police badge and was like, "Can you come with me?" And I was all, yeah. And he was like, where are you going to?
Which
and I
one
all,
was the stripper, him or you?
"Can you come with me, please?" Dude.
You your trench coat?
He was all, "Where are you going to?" And I was like, "Belfast." He was like, I was like, "Oh, fuck. Why am I not going anywhere else?" And he was all, "Where are you coming from? Where are you going?" And I was like, "I was at a Beauty Works event. They're a hair extensions brand. You know, they just collaborated with It's International Women's Day." And he was just like, right. He looked at my passport and he was like, "That doesn't look like you." And I was like,
Oh.
he's like, "Have you took any cash into the country? Are you taking any
What?
cash out? Was anyone speaking to you? Who are you traveling with? How to ring up fucking EasyJet?"
Are you joking?
No, seriously, they thought I was like the Tyrone too, like
The
Tyrone.
international woman of mystery.
Literally, I was there 40 minutes. Then they
Wow.
sent me on my way.
But do you ever go through like a Dublin airport if you're trying to go to America? You
Yeah.
have to go through
Customs.
customs there, like
Scary.
and the American one, but they're all Americans working there and they're all, where you going? And you're all, I'm going on holidays. They're like, "Oh, how long you gonna be there?" And you're like, oh, I don't know how long do we book for?
You can't think of
I'm coming back tonight. Like what? None of your
You
answers
don't know
make sense.
you don't know where you're going. You don't know the address. You don't know
Yeah.
how long you're staying
Yeah.
for. Nothing. They're
It
like, where you
happened,
from?
mate.
You're like, a plane? I don't know.
I know. I have every time I go through, like, where have you come from? You're like,
No idea.
honestly, I have no idea.
We are so excited that That Prize Guy is a proud sponsor of the Girls Group Chat podcast. If you haven't heard about That Prize Guy competitions, come out from under your rock.
The current competitions are 70k cash, 50k cash, and 40k cash. They give these away almost every single day, and they give away cars such as Land Rover Defenders, Audis Q3, and the most unreal holiday destinations like Mexico.
And you can get in touch for like wedding favours and private event competitions. There's loads of instant win competitions on the website, so you literally enter, and if you like, you just the money goes into your account there and then, which is obviously class. And you might even join loads of people who are now millionaires thanks to That Prize Guy.
Absolutely class. So go give yourself a chance to win. Head to thatprizeguy.co.uk and please remember to play responsibly. Keep it fun.
Gavin?
Me and my friend did like a 6-week trip in America whenever we were 20, and we went from like state to state, and New York was our last stop, and this lady was like, next. She was like, where are you coming from? And we'd been to so many places, and I was like, I am Florida. No, was it Florida? I can't remember. Sorry. It's no, it was Florida. We're in Florida, and I'm like 20 and dozy and all, and she's like, who you with? And I was like, her. And she goes, she your friend? And I went, yeah, she's my partner in crime. And she went, you gonna commit a crime while you're here?
Oh no!
And I was like, no, absolutely not. No, I've never committed a crime my whole life. Never. Honestly, I really, really haven't. Like, I'm really innocent. I'm a student teacher. I'm training the kids of the future. I'm so sorry. And she was like, I'm kidding. Move on. And I was like, my whole soul left my body.
No. Oh, sorry. You're not
No, it's just not the time to joke or use any sort of sarcasm. My sarcasm is not landing well in the States.
It doesn't ever land well in the
No.
States. I was in New York a couple of years ago, and I was doing I had to film some shorts for the BBC, and they were doing a series called Tight Shorts, which was like comedy videos around the world, the Euros, the Euros, right? I don't know why they got me and male comedians to do it, so I shouldn't have been in there. I think I was in there as the token woman, or like the girl who won't know anything about football. And I was like, I'll film something whilst I was there. So I was filming this video about, I was pretending to be an American in New York who had like Irish ancestry and couldn't wait for Northern Ireland to be in the Euros. So I was walking around filming stuff at Times Square. I was just improvising and making shit up as I went along. And I went over to a police officer and I just like started filming the both of us. And I was like, this guy's my cousin. And the guy was all, you say what now, lady? And I was all, nothing. And I was all, can I pretend you're my cousin for a wee second? And he went, I'm black. And I was all, yeah, but we still be cousins, I think. And he was like, why do you need to know? And he was all, stop filming. And I had to stop filming. And he was like, why do you, like, give me all these questions as if like as if I was doing something really fucking dodgy.
You need an alibi.
Why are you pretend? And also at the beginning of the conversation, I had an American accent, and then I went into this, and he was like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to pretend I'm your cousin? He thought I was being racist as well. I was all, no. I was all, fucking, I'm just trying to like film a video for the BBC. And he was like, have you got your BBC pass? I was all, do they have passes? I was just like, it was honestly like the worst. And I was like, listen, I had to delete the footage in front of them. Then I was all, I'm just gonna delete it, pretend this never happened.
Sorry.
And but then he's like, but it did happen. You know what I mean? Like,
And this was before Dairy Girls had come out, probably, so they hadn't even heard your accent before. They're like,
Yeah.
what's this mad thing coming out of her mouth?
yeah.
Brand new.
That's probably why I was really suspicious.
Oh.
Tell me this, on the holiday, did it feel great having the legs out?
do you know what? It actually feels normal now to always wear
Great.
shorts.
That's
and
good.
I had said to Sean when I was away, I was all, it's mad. Like, this is the first time, because obviously I'd wear bikinis and all my holidays, but I would always wear like I'd have always worn, do you know, like beach trousers, light trousers, or long caftans. Caftans is the word, isn't it?
Yes.
And my and I thought it's fucking so much waftier. Waftier,
Breezier?
just breezier, just like less roasting.
Fucking freezing over here. Where's my caftan?
No, do you know what I mean? Like just like air around your legs. So yeah, absolutely. I was like,
Free
it
the
felt
leg.
pure normal. Like I think I'm pretty much over it.
Good.
Converted.
I think so,
Class.
yeah.
I'd love to have a pair of shorts on. It's just like fucking, you don't know what to be at over here. I leave the house in a winter coat and a jumper, but I have like layers underneath in case it happens to be boiling because it's so confusing. Like I'm trying to have hot girl summer and it's kind of giving hot girl winter every now and again with a dash of hot girl.
It's
like
given
fall.
hot girl multi-season every day.
Stinking girl, everything.
I had a photo up yesterday morning or a video of leaving the house and it was blue. I mean, so I couldn't see, as far as my eye could see, there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
And I drove from Ballynahinch to Belfast, got into Belfast and looked up and went, it's about to bucket down.
Yeah.
It was
Isn't that
grey,
so sad?
miserable, and I was like, how can this be?
I
You
know.
know what though? Great conversation starter in the shop.
Yeah.
The weather.
Oh,
I
what would we
love
do
it.
without it?
You're like, well, someday of the day. Oh, I know.
Awful
Just giving rain
clammy.
for later and just packing up the stuff. And, oh, well, you know, we might get snow and all. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And then you're like, right, see you later. And you're like, what a great conversation.
I
to have.
love it so much, but also it's so shit at the same
It
time.
really is.
And like,
So
we
you're like-
love to be like, it's too warm. It's too warm. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm roasting. I'm so warm. And then you're like, sun rising and it's raining. Like,
I
we're
was
never
at
happy.
a
We love
party
it.
the other night and the first 20 people I spoke to, the only words that were exchanged was humid, isn't it? It's very close. It's very muggy. It's muggy. It's hot. I'm sweating. And then moved on to the next person. You hot? I'm hot too. Yeah. I'm sweat. See the sweat dripping off me. Like that is the top tier banter of a Northern Irish
I
summer.
don't know what to do when it's just like normal.
Praise the Lord.
What do we all talk about in
How
our
are you then?
circumstances?
What's going on?
I'm good, I guess.
But we can't cope if there is a bit of hate. Like, you know, like if there's any bit of hate at all, we are fuming and then we just complain the rest of the year that there's absolutely no hate. What's your favourite thing to do when it's sunny? You wake up, right? What's your ideal day? You wake up, sun splitting in the sky, you've called in sick to your pretend works, and you're like, what are we doing?
Beach.
Beer garden.
Beach?
I love a beach.
You going to the beach like, so there's two different types of visits to the beach.
Yes.
You going with like your leggings on a wee walk, you know what I mean, you're having fun, or you going like, I'm getting in the water, I'm gonna sit in the sand, I'm gonna get sandy, I'm gonna build a sand castle.
Relax.
Bit of both, but I enjoy more of a bay than a beach.
Oh.
Like fair play to Port Rush and Port Stewart and all, too windy.
Yeah.
Bit of a Helen's Bay job.
Yeah.
Bit of a Hollywood.
Right.
You know, we're enclosed.
Oh,
We're
they're
not
stinking.
as-
I was there the other day. I wouldn't go near the place.
Oh, here.
Well, I was there and it was
Okay.
fucking
I was
brilliant,
in
Shannon.
Sea Park the other day.
Yeah.
Took Nirvana down my niece to the play park. I was like, oh, come on, walk around the beach. Here, see them wee slipper things you had in your kids on holiday?
Yeah.
You'd need them to walk on that beach. No, it's not stinking, it's seaweed and shells, but to me, that's a rotten beach. I
Yeah.
want clear golden.
God forbid, nature.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Though you want to be able to walk in
You
the
go
sand.
Donegal?
I had to lift her. I was like, your wee feet will get cut in this. This isn't very family friendly.
Sea Park
I
used to
love
be my
looking at people.
go-to date location. So if I ever went for a walk with you in Sea Park, you're not special. You and 10 other fellas. But it's because I like a designated, like there's a stop point to the walk,
Yeah.
so you can walk
Yeah.
as far as like
then
the
walk
wee
back.
wall at the end. You turn around, you come back, you're back at the car park. If it was good, you can be like, get a wee ice cream, a wee coffee, go and sit. And if it's shite, you just go, bye.
Yeah.
Are we meeting? Yeah.
So if anyone's dating, there's a little
Yeah.
tip for you.
Yeah.
You're
What are you
going to the
doing?
beach.
You're going to the beach. What are you doing on a sunny
Beer
day?
garden.
That's a good shout.
Day drinks, because it's like you can only use a beer garden, like an outdoor one,
I know.
so many days of the year, otherwise there's the wee covers on. So I like to make the most out of being able to be outdoors and have a probably overpriced West Coast cooler.
That's a great
Yeah.
shout.
Yeah.
Gorge. Stunning.
Jordan.
I'm doing a lovely walk with the dog somewhere like Lady Dixon, like a real
Yeah.
nice sunny walk.
Stunning.
We're gonna go to a beer garden, have a couple of cocktails, but the main event is the barbecue at home.
It's the barbecue.
barbecue.
Oh, I imagine your house.
The tunes
Your
pumping.
barbecue would be phenomenal.
A barbecue would sicken you, and a big jug of Pimm's champagne in the fridge. Oh,
Sangria.
yes, sangria, all of it.
I
all
want to
of
go to
it.
your house for a barbecue. I'd
I
say it'd
think-
be deadly.
Come on ahead.
You should host a barbecue for us.
Yeah.
We'll
GGC
sell tickets.
barbecue.
The first time I ever had a barbecue with Ben, like to me a barbecue, and I still rate this kind of barbecue as burgers, sausages, chicken wings, like, you know, baps and whatnot. But the first time I had a barbecue with him was for his birthday, the year we started dating, and we had a 7-course barbecue. And it entailed oysters and turbot and all this food like I had barely heard of, and it was a burrata. It was my first ever burrata, and it was just unbelievable. But it was like no barbecue I had ever seen.
Oh my god.
Phenomenal.
Like, where's my wee burnt sausage?
A Michelin barbecue.
Michelin barbecue.
Our
yes.
barbecues are usually on a disposable.
Yeah.
We
So
have an
ours.
actual barbecue, but we've never used it properly, and actually just can't beat a wee disposable. We just do that in the garden, and Sean can't wait until the coals go grey, so he burns all the food and puts them on too early.
Perfect.
Because it's still on fire. Do you know what I mean?
We are delighted to introduce our sponsor, Iconic Bronze. If you haven't heard of Iconic Bronze, it is a tanning and cosmetics brand founded right here in Ireland by the lovely Linda Simpson.
I've been a brand ambassador for Iconic Bronze for 7 years. I actually started using their products when I was in uni, and myself and Emma Kearney created a collection over 3 years ago now, and these are actually my lashes.
Fancy.
I know, they're
products
unreal.
are
Their products
fab.
are class.
I have to say, I have only started using this recently. Their instant body makeup, incredible.
That sort of thing's a lifesaver.
Incredible
on a night out.
lifesaver.
I'm a big fan of a body makeup. All their products are luxurious without the hefty price tag. They're also vegan and PETA approved and award winning as well. So you can't really go wrong with Iconic Bronze.
And we have all of our listeners a 30% off code. If you use the code Girls Group Chat on the site, 30% off all of the goods at iconicbronze.ie.
Woohoo! Men are so controlling when it comes to barbecue. Like my stepdad is, I mean, any weekend that it's warm, even if we're not all outside, he will go outside just to do the
Yeah.
barbecue and bring the food inside to us. But like you can't touch that barbecue. Like I just think it's just a common thing. Like boys, men, whatever, they're maybe not, apart from if you're a chef, maybe not the most fond of cooking day to day, but when it comes to a barbecue, the amount of fellas I know, they're like, my barbecue, do not touch it. This is me in control and really enjoy doing a barbecue.
We normally start a barbecue and then just fuck it in the air fryer.
Yeah, same.
She's like, oh, I can't bear it.
No.
And all the time, Sean's like, let's build like a big designated outdoor kitchen. I'm all, do you mean 3 feet from our kitchen?
Yeah.
And he's, do you know what I mean? You're like, for what? For when? Like, when will, like, I don't go up in
Aye.
bricks and all. And I'm like, when would we ever use
Like
that?
3 days a year.
And even then, we would just bring the air fryer outside of an extension lead.
But you see, typically if you have a barbecue, now I'm not talking like the sunshine, you decide to do some sausages for your dinner and you happen to do them on the barbecue. I mean, like you're having friends over, the event is a barbecue with friends. See the amount of prep, time and money that goes into that. You have to clean the whole garden and the whole house in case they decide to go on like a how clean is your house inspection with white gloves on, like you're cleaning down the back of a sofa you haven't sat on ever in your whole life of living in the house. It's pure 4 in a bed. Like cleaning the grout in your shower and all.
Toothbrush.
Outside you're planting plants.
Yeah.
You're spraying down the wall with like fresh paint. You're picking up just every single like trace that someone might live in that house and like frequent that garden. Then you have to get the salads, the different meat options. Oh, Susan
This
doesn't
is
like
Jordan.
sauce.
This is Jordan trying to hint us we're not invited
not
to
invited.
her
Start coming to
barbecue.
my house.
But
No, and then
also-
it's like, do we need desserts? Do we have to provide all the drink? What if they show up without drink? Oh, what if they want to drink my nice drink? I'm gonna have my own drink on some drink. And it's an ice. Where's all the ice going?
Ice is a fucking
The ice.
nightmare.
Well,
The dishes.
it melts for a start.
Melts.
And there's
I've
not
had enough.
There's not enough room in my freezer. Let's come up with something that means ice doesn't melt. Well, a freezer. But you know what I mean?
Well,
Outside the
yeah.
freezer.
I like it.
But
Do you
it's
know
a
what my
hell of a
favourite thing
job.
is? But serving platters. Like, do you
do you
like
mean?
dish, like big dishes that have
massive
like
dishes.
Oh,
or
little
like
of this.
or like has like little designated areas,
like
like
a dip
oh, yeah.
and then a
like the
circular.
nuts, the dip in the middle, and the nuts
Yeah.
and the crisps and the bits are on there, or like you get like a big board and you put like all the cheeses and crackers and
stunning.
bits and pieces.
See a
and
cheese board.
oh, fuck.
Oh, get
love
out
a
of
cheese
town.
board.
Don't even.
Cheese
hang.
board
Nah.
got me through both my pregnancies, honestly. I'll
In
get
the
pregnant right
hospital?
now. Just no, the pregnancies last 9 months.
Oh right.
You're not in the hospital the whole time.
Could you get a cheese board in the hospital?
Yeah, the day I found out I was pregnant, I just clocked in
Just leave me
for
here.
9 months cheese boarding.
One of the doctors just has a barbecue set up in the fucking nurse station. Like, right, there's that.
Why did it become a
cheese board.
barbecue? I thought it was a cheese board.
No, we can have a
A
barbecue.
barbecue on the ward, like.
I'm in Craigavon Area Hospital with a burger and some Wensleydale.
No, here, but like, let's get real. A cheese board is the one.
I love
It
a
is the
cheese
one.
board.
yeah.
A Marxie's cheese board, all their picky bits at the minute is
Picky bits.
actually
bits.
unbelievable.
Picky
They have
bits is a
sauces
religion.
that I actually don't even know what. You just look at them and go, yeah, that looks class. Don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but it
Yeah.
looks unreal. All wee tubs of just random
Oh,
shit.
Dip, all the dips.
Chicken
Oh,
Caesar
fuck.
dip. Chicken Caesar salad and a dip.
And then
yes.
nacho one.
Dip me in it.
All of the layers of the
Gorge.
nacho stuff.
All,
Class.
all the bits. That's what happens is when there's all those bits, you can't get drunk because you've had too many bits.
And,
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? You're just like eat, and then you're like, well, now I had to drink even 10 times more.
I know. It's a real challenge.
What does your hot girl summer mean to you then? What does it mean?
Picky bits.
Picky
That
bits.
is hot girl
That's
summer.
hot
Hot
girl
girl
summer.
summer is picky bits in a nutshell. Like, do you see getting your friends? Oh, I don't do this often enough, but I'm going to. You're my friends. Join me. Getting a picnic blanket, going to the local
Yeah.
park or wherever you wish to frequent.
Sea park.
Going to sea park.
Sea park. We're
On a
Make sure
date.
you bring like a few blankets to layer up on the stones.
Few blankets. Fuck the
sea
seaweed
chair.
away. Yeah. Then lay out all your beautiful wee picky bits, cheese board. If you can get a lift there, bring a bottle of wine. I don't know. how this is all
Disposable
happening.
barbecue.
But see the gals sitting around with prosecco and nibbles under the sun with some tunes. That's
Do
hot
you
girl
know
summer.
Fucking shit.
the difference? Like a group of girls like us, we would show up, and that would be done to like such a high level.
Oh,
it would be iconic. We would have. It would be colour coordinated.
Oh, yeah.
Our outfits would match the fucking blanket.
Be stunning.
We would have a basket. We would have we'd bring proper Prosecco glasses as well because we're not going to drink out of plastic ones. It would look cute. Couple of guys meeting up to arrange a picnic. It would be a block of Cracker Barrel and a box
protein
of
bars.
Ritz.
Yeah.
A few protein bars.
few
and
bottles of Buck
And a warm tin of harp.
just like a tin of harp between them and a football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was
Somebody playing SoundCloud in his phone.
yeah.
in a glass.
We'd have a string quartet going, like beautiful, harassing passers-by.
awful. Like,
But
that's
no,
what it
do you
would
know
be.
your girlfriend sitting around putting the worlds to right in a summer night? Like, you actually cannot beat that. It's absolutely fab.
Yeah.
I like that one. Jordan.
Olivia's away.
Is it the did?
What is that? When I was at Sea Park the other week, there was 4 boys doing that.
Was it our husbands and boyfriends?
Oh, so why do they always have a ball?
Why are they always shouting? Why are you shouting? I know. Shut up.
Do you know what I've noticed as well? The teenagers, like the older like, you know, like 18, 19, 17, I don't know what age they are.
But
like
if you were doing those in order, it would be 17 first.
fellas walking around Belfast, especially at the minute when the weather is quite nice, they're really into these really colourful tracksuits.
God,
I don't know what this is all. I mean, luminous highlighter colour tracksuits, and they're all wearing them.
Yep.
But like, no matter what the weather is, of these tracksuits up to here, they nearly
Aye.
look like a big rain suit or like a
like
or a workman's
They're just ready
suit.
for all
Like an
weather.
old Jimmy
You know,
Savile.
you know the noise? Yes. Like
Yeah,
back at
shell suit.
not like a shell suit. They're
Okay.
they're the
Tracksuit.
smicky shell suit.
This is like their hot fella
But they make
summer.
that noise.
Aye.
And they could be sweating it out under there, but they're still beating about Belfast.
I'd
like
love
no
to be
one's
cool enough
business.
to wear the smickiest outfit, but it would look cool still. Do
Aye,
you
there
know what
are
I mean?
some
Because there's
girls.
some girls who could like put on the smickiest, like Joanna McNally. She'll put on like a highlighter colour tracksuit and she'll
So
look
cool.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And you're like, if I put that on, I'd look like a lollipop woman. Do you know what I mean?
You could rock a
Shout out to
smick
the lollipop
suit.
woman. Shout out to Winter's lollipop woman, Isabel. Fine job. Take the summer off.
Thanks, Isabel.
By the way, I
Love
gave
your tracksuit.
I love your
Love your work.
It's not even. It's just like a. I gave my like. You're right.
Your glass at lollipopping or whatever it's called.
Here, I gave my daughter's. My daughter's teachers listen to the podcast, but I gave them like a present for the end of the year.
I forgot. you had
And
to
I
do
wrote
that.
for listening. Yeah, but I wrote in the thing. Thank you so much for listening to my mummy's podcast.
Thank you to all 4 teachers that listen to this podcast. You're the only people that listen
Yeah,
every
yeah.
week.
Your gifts are in the mail. Thanks so much.
That's
I
it.
forgot you have to get teachers' presents.
So did I until 9:30 the night before. Thank fuck for Tesco's being 24 hour. Until 9:30 the night before our last day, I was all, oh, shit, I haven't gotten them in. And then I had to go to Tesco's.
That must happen to a lot of people.
I
They
just
must get
got
a lot
them
of
all their
recycled
groceries.
bottles of Prosecco and candles.
Yes.
Half burnt down.
I gave them all 2
Just wanted
litres
to
of
make
milk.
sure it was nice for you.
I gave them all 2 litres of milk and a box of Cheerios.
Stunning.
Yeah.
I suppose it is quite hard to know because so many, more and more people are living sober lives that they're not drinking.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Not teachers.
Not teachers.
Not teachers. No way.
Does not drinking feature in a lot of people's hot girl summer this year? 'Cause I feel
No,
like it's
not
us.
mine.
But,
Olivia.
like, I love that because I did that a couple of years ago. I went off the drink for
A day.
as if I was like
Yeah.
Me when I haven't drunk in a week. I'm like, fuck,
Went off
I've
the
been
drink
really
for a
good
week.
recently.
A week's long.
I've been off the drink on for a
I-
week.
I went off the drink for 6 months and it was
Fuck, that is good going.
unreal. I loved it and I was off for the summer.
Did it affect your social life?
No, to be fair, like I think I must have been 23 or so when we would have went out every Saturday night.
Are you
And
still
I
going
went
out,
out.
I suppose, but just not drinking?
I was just drinking and it was class because I
but
was
I
like,
can't
right.
listen to drunk people when I'm sober.
That's it. But I would get knackered then, so by about 9:30, 10, I'd be like, well, sure, my night's over. Whereas if you're drinking, I could stay out later.
could stay out
Like
To be
half
half
fair
on.
though, when I was doing the fitness competitions, I would have gone off the drink for like 6 months at a time. And you just actually go to less social things that you don't want to go to.
Yeah.
If you're thinking like, oh, I can't do this without a drink, you just make the decision of either, right, I'll put my head in for an hour and I'll be home at a decent time, or you go,
Yeah.
I'll just not go, which is
Yeah.
great for
So
you.
we're having a dilemma today because we're going to Mumford & Sons on Friday night. And I don't really fancy drinking because like we're just back from holidays and you sort of had drinks
Yeah.
on your holidays quite a lot. And then but if you wanted to have a drink, you have to get the bus down. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, and if you don't drink, you can drive. But then if you drive, you have to park like 5 miles away from Malahide Castle.
I know.
And now I'm like, is it even worth going? And it's like, oh my god, I'll probably not end up going to Mumford & Sons because I'm not drinking.
That's,
Aye.
I would need a lot of drink to get through Mumford & Sons.
Yeah.
Do you not like Mumford & Sons?
It's a
Radio presenter Jordan.
Love them so much.
Hates Mumford &
Very
Sons.
good music.
Hasn't heard it hit the diff. Fucking Snap her up, Radio 1.
Right. Here, speaking of hit
Who
the diff,
famously play Hit the Diff on the
speaking of hit the diff, I done a TikTok to hit the diff the other day. I
Oh,
was
I
like,
saw.
Marty Moan commented on it numerous times. He was fucking
Who?
delighted. The man that
The
sings
guy
it.
sings it.
The
He
artist.
commented.
I know, I was joking.
Isn't
When
it
you
Marty
say-
Moan? Isn't that what you call him?
He commented numerous times. Did he just keep commenting?
No, he was replying to
June.
people.
Oh, right.
He replied to more people than I replied to.
I thought you meant he just kept going like, hello.
It's me.
The Diff.
I think I would do that if I was a singer, though. If somebody was using my, like, replying about my song,
Oh yeah,
I'd be like, I wrote this.
I'd be reposting and unreposting this.
No,
to keep it going.
yeah.
I felt so sorry for that poor singer. Was it last year or the year before? And she did that. I think I like this little life, and everyone's
my
posting their
gosh.
lovely wee videos of all their wee things that make them happy. And then there was like a revolution against the song. And I was like, I fucking hate this song, and everyone who posts using it as a nasty bitch.
I know.
And everyone started completely tearing it apart.
Oh, do you remember
Became
that?
a thing,
No,
being
me
like
neither.
POV, the nastiest girl you've ever met in your life, just posted. I think I like this little life audio.
Oh.
And people started
Oh, I
hating the
missed
girl.
this.
Yeah, now it's
I
like
love
a
her.
meme that you'd use it to be like something terrible happened to you, and you're like, I think I like this
Yeah.
little life.
Well, I love that song.
I'm not doing Hot Girl Summer. I'm doing Cringe Girl Summer.
Oh yes, but that is
Nice.
hot.
I like it.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
I like
you,
it.
anytime you want to snub my face, it's fine.
Cringe is
Oh,
not
doing
real. Being cringed isn't real.
No, it's
Not
not.
real.
And do you know what? My whole life, I have been impossible to embarrass, except for those bitch Dutch family on my
They just broke the spell.
Yeah, I'm not easily embarrassed, whatever. But the only thing I am embarrassed about is maybe admitting dreams and aspirations or what I really want. Like I'll sometimes like audition for something and then I'll like email my agent about it like a week later and be all, have you heard back from that thing? Like I'm obviously not gonna get it. Wise up, mom, shit. But like, did you hear about
Yeah.
it? Like, and I'll be like, and I'll just like almost like undermine.
Downplay it.
Yeah, don't play it, or pretend you don't really want something, or even like with content.
Yeah.
You post online. There's things I'll go to post and I'll be like, no, don't post that. That's too embarrassing. Just
Totally.
forget about it, and I'll delete it or not. And then I'm like, no, be cringe, because I seen that video. I think there was things going on recently. It's like the different, like the what's between you and your goals is
the
an
cringe.
area of cringe. And I was
Totally.
like, I'm going to lean into the cringe this summer.
Well,
Yeah.
specifically with content, say like if you don't post it, someone else will, and
Yeah.
then you can't begrudge them doing well from it because they had the
didn't.
balls to go and post it.
But like, why is it so normal for us to be like? I always see people coming on and being like, "Oh, sorry for the state of me today." And you're like, "Why are you apologizing?" Like,
Yes.
I look fucking worse.
Yeah,
Do you know? Like, why are you apologizing for being you?
Totally.
I know.
And
I
why
make
are
a
we
point
so-
trying not to say that, you know. Like
'cause it's
to
so
be
easy
fair,
to do it.
sometimes the reason I'll say, instead of saying excuse they say to me or sorry if they say to me, I'll say something like, oh, aye, that's like that. In case someone then tries to comment and be like, fuck, look at the state of her makeup, she hasn't took it off properly, or you know, so I'll say it to prevent someone saying negative to me that I don't want to
Yeah.
hear. But I try to make a point not to be like, sorry for looking this way, because who am I apologising for? I actually don't give a fuck that I look this way. Be offended, I don't care.
And even
What
there's
were you
no
gonna
Sorry,
thing about Alison Ray this week.
I was gonna say this.
She was like, somebody was like, "Oh, people say you try too hard," and she's like, "You didn't try at all."
Yeah.
But like, it's so true. Like when people comment or whatever, I'm not even online. I think we always talk about online because obviously it's where we work. But like even in real life, people be like, "Oh, she tries too hard," and I'm like, "What
I
do
get that
you
all the
do?"
time.
Like,
But
Yeah.
what, what's trying too hard? You should. We growing up,
Why
you
is that a
tell
bad
you
thing?
tell kids try your best, and then
Yeah.
suddenly when you're older,
You're trying too
you're
hard?
shunned for trying too hard.
I know. I know.
But
You
I
can't
think as
win.
well, like you grow into realizing people who try hard are actually really, really iconic. Because there's a girl I know, and everywhere she goes, she is dressed to the nines, like she's going to the Oscars. Right? She looks fucking 20 out of 10. She doesn't care if she's going to Pizza Express or to the Ritz. She'll be dressed the same across the board. And when I was younger, if I knew her, I probably would have been like, oh my God, that's so try hard. As a projection from myself, it would have been no reflection on my opinion of her, really. But now I'm like, I love that you totally own who you are, no matter what environment you're in, no matter who's talking about you. You just strut in there looking fabulous and don't give a flying fiddlers. And I think that's so iconic.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it
love
is too.
Yeah, me
And it's
too.
also like for specifically for like getting up, like so a friend I went to school with, her mum passed away say about 10 years ago, and her mum was the most stylish, cool, like she used to come pick her up in like a glittery sequin dress from school,
wow.
just like fucking class. We used to go for sleepovers to my friend's house, and her mum would let us do fashion shows with her
I love
clothes.
that.
I
And she had this big house with this big like staircase that went like wrapped around the house, and she would blast music, do 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 do, like she'd blast music phone, and we would do a fashion show coming down the stairs in her clothes. She was amazing, and I remember I told her, I really always wear like such class clothes, and all like, why do you like, how do you get the time, when you make the effort every day to like put your class clothes on? And she was like, any day could be my last. I want to always wear my best stuff. I want to always feel amazing about myself. And I remember like, you're an icon, like, and I remember thinking, even as a young teenager, going, I bet you there is women who look at you like, who do you think you are? But she was so class. And then a couple of years after my friend's the mum had passed away, like I haven't really spoken to the girl in years. I just went to school with her, and then I'd messaged her going, I just need to tell you an iconic memory I have of your math, something that stuck with me, when she had said one time to just like always wear your best shit, because you might never get to wear it.
I love
like,
that.
I do not live by that rule, by the way, because I'm dressed today like an old man. But like, I was like, what great advice.
No, but I think you can apply that to anything, not just what you wear. Like, you know, don't hold back from doing stuff. I don't like the phrase live every day as if it's your last, because if every day is my last, I'd be lying on a beach in the Maldives just cuddling Ben and drinking mojitos, right? I can't
Whilst
do
they
that
take
every
your
day.
house away.
Yeah, literally. But you need to, if there's something that you're holding back from doing, on like when you're 5 pounds lighter or you're like 50 pounds richer or whatever, you'll never do the thing, because you'll constantly be waiting for the right moment. If there's something you can do today that's not like gonna put you in debt or put you in danger, fucking do it. Like, wear the nice perfume or wear the fancy outfit or whatever.
Is there something that you know that you would do more of or like to do more of, but you don't because it's cringe?
Streaking.
Streaking? Yeah.
Skinny dipping in sea park.
I would do more videos of talking to people in public.
Yeah.
More like candid cam, stop people, be funny with people on the streets. If I didn't
Do you find that cringe to do it yourself?
I find it cringe if it's just me shooting it with, say, like Sean, and we're shooting on my phone or something.
Yes.
But if it's like I've done it with like a crew, and then it's like almost like you like there's like 3 proper cameras here, and there's just sound,
It's
a
like
boom,
legit
and
or
it feels
something.
legit.
Yeah.
But if just me and my phone, I feel like I would have that experience of that Dutch family again, and they'd be like, no.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming more normalised to see that kind of thing though, because I've done it a few times where it's just being me and say like the owner of a brand, and I'm like stopping people.
Yeah.
But it's really, after you do it for like 3 times, it's like rejection therapy.
Yeah.
You kind of get used to it. Like, you're just like, well,
But
it's
it's
like no, and you're like, fair enough.
But it's
didn't
like
want to speak
double
to you
whammy, because
anyway.
I'd be stopping people and trying to be funny.
Yeah.
So it's like they could reject me by going no, and then also
Not laugh.
whatever I'm about to do could flop, because I wouldn't be stopping them just to ask them questions.
Yeah.
I'd be stopping them to go, for the next wee while, I'm going to try and be funny.
Yeah.
And if you don't laugh, or somebody doesn't laugh watching this has been a massive waste of me and my time, and my children are very disappointed.
Yeah.
I'd almost stop people and like excuse them from doing it. I'd be like, here, see if you don't want to do this, absolutely fine, but can I just ask you a quick wee question? You totally don't have to. And they're like, well, you're not really selling it to me. Do you know what I mean? Because I think when you're doing it, especially for a brand, you can feel like you're really hassling people, because we all don't mind talking on camera and on microphone and stuff. We do it for a living, but like the average person in the street who's walking down the street because they're on their lunch break or they're going shopping or whatever, they don't want to be harassed and they don't want
Do
to
you
be
want me
on
to
camera.
give you a
I know.
secret? Do it during the day and get yourself over.
Why was I going to do it in the middle of the night?
No, I don't mean. I mean,
you're
sorry,
going
like
wrong.
middle of the day. Don't do it like
going
after
wrong.
school time or anything. Do it during
Yes,
the day. Go
when
to
that rushing.
Cathedral Quarter, right? Tourist city. And then it's all the Americans. They can't wait
They
to get
love it.
behind the camera and talk
True,
shite.
true.
That's how you do it.
That is a good one.
Is there anything you would do that you'd be like, oh, I would love to do more of that, but I'm worried about what people would think?
Probably, I think for a while there, obviously I've talked about I've been on social media a long time, and I think there was a period of time there where I felt like I couldn't share my opinion. Because it had got like it had got to a point where it was just like fucking people jumping down your neck when you said anything at all. And then there was obviously like a kind of influx of new people on social media who just wanted to share their opinion, and they could, and whatever else. So I think at that point, like, I really struggled with actually doing my job.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I've got back to a point now where I'm okay again. I've kind of sorted it.
So you'll now post whatever you want to post.
But I also think too, like, there's opinions that I have that I feel like I just don't care to share anymore.
Fair.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can get scarred from being on social media too. So like, there's stuff that I think, and people be like, oh, you should make a video of that, and I'm like,
I know.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
know.
definitely a case of that.
Yeah.
You know, some people will share an opinion for the sake of rage bait as well, just to like get clicks and controversial opinions out there. But I totally know what you mean. I'm scared to share an opinion about anything. Like even there when I said I don't really like Mumford and Sons, like I'm so worried people will be like Mumford and Sons. You.
Yeah.
I get
But it's because of your job as well.
Because
you
my
work in
job.
such, like you have
Yeah.
to be so.
And I'm really
safe.
conscious of ever offending anybody or commenting on something that I'm not fully educated on and then being like, oh shit, I should have looked a bit deeper into this. Do you know what I mean? So I totally understand what you mean about expressing opinions.
I think though recently I've actually started this year. I was like, I'm going to say yes to everything.
Yeah,
Like,
love that.
I want to say yes to every single thing, even though because my immediate reaction, I've said this before, is to go no. Like my immediate reaction in my head from whatever drama I have, I just go no. And like even recently I've been asked to do like hosting stuff and my immediate reaction is I'm not good enough at that, I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
And I've started saying yes and I've loved it.
I love that.
Like I love doing stuff like that. And even like for the podcast and stuff, like immediately I could be like, no, I'm not a talker, I'm not like cut out for being a podcaster or whatever, and I love it.
Do you want to host my new series where we stop people on the street?
hey they're like, get out of my face. But I can just change my wig and they wouldn't know it's me, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, you've got that
so
going
far
on.
Hot Girl Summer means picky bits, getting over the cringe, saying yes to things.
Also, I have another one. I want to learn something.
Oh god.
Anything.
Harmonica.
No.
I
don't like the taste of metal.
I like the idea. I actually said to Kieran the other day, I had this really good idea that I thought it was a good idea. If I had a job, I had this planned in my head. If I had a job, this would have went viral. If I had a job that I had a boss. So I was going to Zach Bryan the other day. And he plays the harmonica, right? And I was just like thinking of content ideas and all. And I was like, fuck, I wish I was in a job. How funny would this be? If you like sat down and you're like, here, I'm going to have to take the day off work tomorrow. Obviously, you can't laugh. And like Zach Bryan's give us a call there. You know the way I play. If have anyone seen the videos about the girl that phones up like fake people that are in jobs and pretends to be Jen from corporate? If you say something with enough confidence, people believe it. I love this trend. So if you're like, you know the way I play the harmonica, if I said that to you with enough confidence, you'd be like, oh, I didn't know that. Fair enough. Zach Bryan's actually asked me to come on stage at the weekend, so I'm gonna have to take it off. That would be such a funny video to do. But now I do want to learn.
You could
the
do
harmonica.
it. You could do it anyway.
Yeah.
Aye. You don't have to be in. You don't have to work in an office.
No, I meant for
You
the
just
video.
outed
I
yourself
meant-
that you can't
I
play the
meant-
harmonica.
No, I meant for the video it'd be really funny.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
also that got me thinking that I would love to play harmonica. It sounds so cool. My
I don't
dad
like the
used
taste
to.
of metal.
Get a
I
plastic
do.
one.
I'm
I
low in
don't.
iron. I love the taste of
Yeah,
metal.
That's
yeah.
actually a good like thing for life. Like if you say something with enough confidence, you believe it. So if you say something with enough confidence about
Oh, you
yourself,
can trick
Oh,
people.
yeah.
Oh,
You can trick
I
people
did
to
it.
believe anything.
What about your
so many
affirmations?
times yesterday. Oh, I know, but then one of the things I've been affirming, I got told today, is not happening. So, fuck you, affirmations.
But they do say that it's like people that believe in all that like fully, they're like, yeah, but then that wasn't meant for you.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
It's like
doesn't align with you.
if you beg and beg and beg and beg and affirm it, doesn't mean it's going to happen.
But I was with a
Sounds-
group of comedians yesterday in London, and I told them so much made up shit about here, and they like just firmly like just like believed it, and I had to then be like, I am lying, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we just learned nothing about Northern Ireland over here, that we just
Yeah.
assumed
We
that
just say whatever.
everything I was saying was true. Like I think I was just making up words that we say, and they were just like, that sounds right. And I was
They're like, how's the famine doing? You're like, oh yeah, 10 out of 10.
they just have no idea. Like they're not like in their school system in London. They do not learn about us whatsoever. Like they learnt about us through. They think fathered. They can't even hear the difference between us and like a Dublin accent. Like it's absolutely bananas.
When I used to go on nights out loads, I would have lied with such conviction
Yes.
when I
Oh,
was
yeah.
drunk
I love doing
that I would have actually got annoyed at people who didn't believe me. So
Yeah.
prime example, in Freshers Week, I told everyone Julian Simmons was my cousin. And if they're like, of course he is. And it's like, he is. Why would I lie about that? It's such a weird thing to lie about. And they're like, he's not your cousin. I was like, he is. You can believe me or not, but like he is my cousin. Like to the point I got arsey with them about this barefaced lie. And they're like, is he your cousin?
Yeah.
Surprise, he's not.
Yeah.
I wish.
you ever do it
But you
with
also
taxi
you've,
drivers?
you've sucked the joke out of that, because then
Aye.
they'll be like, oh, is it? Then you're all, aha, got you, and then it's funny for no one.
And they're like, yeah, I knew you all along.
Yeah.
Well,
But I did that with Nadine Coyle.
oh yeah.
I told everyone that I really knew Nadine Coyle. So what happened is she was in my school, and I was so when I joined in first year, she was a fifth year. So then she left, and the year after, and went on to do Pop Stars at that point the next year. So when I was a first year, I auditioned for my very first musical in school, and it was Sound of Music. I got the part of nun number 65, and I told everyone though when I moved out of Derry and moved to Belfast that I was in it and that I was she was Liesel and I was Gretel. I was the youngest and she was the oldest of the sisters, so I said, well, we played sisters together in Sound of Music. This went on for a long time. Like I told lots of people. I was like, of course I know Nadine Coyle, obviously we're both from Derry, we live next door to each other. I told everyone this like a long time, and then I was doing Soft Border Patrol for the BBC, and third series they were like, oh, Nadine's gonna come in and do an episode, and I was like, I need to tell everyone I don't know her.
Oh yeah, my big bestie.
She's gonna come in and I'm gonna be like, oh, your mate Diona's here, go on and say hello to her, and she's gonna be like, what the fuck? So I had to be like, I don't know her. If anyone like, I think when she'll not remember me is the thing. We did do the show, but think of the amount of people she has seen since then. She'll not remember me, and thank God none of her. Well, not thank God because I was devastated, but none of my scenes were with her. But I was like,
I would have played it as God. Fame's really changed her.
Yeah,
we were
what a bitch.
sisters, and now she won't even
She's
acknowledge
letting
me.
on,
I remember in the Holy Lands as well, somebody being like, you know, when you're lying or whatever, and they're like, you definitely do like makeup or something. And I'd be like, I'm a doctor. Oh, medicine actually. So fuck you. And they're like, right, okay. You're
to clarify, of medicine feels a wee bit like they don't protest.
I
too
do
much.
been a paleontologist.
I would do it with taxi drivers, either lie to them or complete, like me and Kieran do it all the time, that we would like start talking about something that just doesn't exist, and we'll go back and forth taking turns to say the next sentence, and we're just making up something as we go along, and it is so fun. Or just like a conversation and just saying random things to nearly make a story, and you can just see the taxi man going, what the fuck? I love it. So much.
Me and my
entertainment.
friend did that in Gran Canaria whenever we were 17 with a whole pile of English fellas that were sat beside us, and we pretended to speak Irish. And we just made up all the sounds. We were just like we had like basic GCSE Irish, but we were just like, Oscar and Yug your man, jeez, and dredge and he dredged the doors. Do you know what I mean? Like we were just like, I'll scammack and you, woo, like just saying things, and they're all like, oh my god, that is so sexy. Like bang me then,
please.
Gurma.
What's Gurma?
It's short for Gurmagat. Like thank you.
Gurma for listening.
Gurma. That is actually the end of the podcast. So Gurma guys.
fucking slan.
Slan. See you next week.
All the words.
Just giving a really abrupt end.
We should probably have ended that podcast more or less abruptly than that, guys. For fuck me. We just went Gurma. Ended it.
Will we do a better ending?
But we just...
I didn't even clap because I was like,
All right.
over?
We're coming back to say a proper goodbye.
Yeah,
Hey!
we fucked off there really
It's like
abruptly.
whenever an artist goes off stage at a concert and everyone's like,
One
they're
more
fucking coming
tune.
back on, have put the lights on, and they come back like, I'm back guys, one more song.
No, but that is like Beyonce be all, so crazy enough. Bye! Just leaving. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this wonderful episode of the
This
Girls
is the
Groupchat
encore.
podcast.
Let us know what Hot Girl Summer means to you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Gurma.
Grandma.
Girma.